Hi everyone, welcome back to the vlog. In the last episode, we talked about confidence and imposter syndrome as a new hand therapist. Today, I want to talk about some habits and systems that helped me in my first year of hand therapy. When you're a new graduate, it's easy to assume that these experienced therapists just know everything off the top of their heads from the experience that they've had. But what I've come to realize is that being successful in this field is about building systems and procedures that work for you. It's less about memorizing every single diagnosis and protocol and more about creating that system that can help you learn and continue to grow. So today I wanted to share a few things that have really helped me in this first year. The first thing is taking time to prepare before evaluations or seeing a patient for the first time. Before the patient even arrives, I will make sure to review their referral, op notes, physician notes, and anything in their chart that may pertain to their diagnosis or while they're coming to hand therapy. Even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes that you have prior to them coming in, having a good understanding of the diagnosis and being able to walk through a rough treatment plan in my head makes me feel a lot more confident going into the evaluation. Of course, patients don't always follow the textbook, and your plans may change once you meet them and see them for the first time, but taking that time to prepare can give you a great starting point. Another habit that's been super helpful is keeping some organized clinical resources. In the drawer next to my desk, I keep folders that are organized by either splint patterns or diagnoses that I can refer to either before a patient comes in or while I'm working with them. This way, I have treatment ideas, protocols, home exercise programs that are ready to go, and I can continue to build on as I see more patients within that diagnosis. One thing I want to be sure to emphasize is that you don't have to create these resources before you start working. Every time I see a new diagnosis, come across a new treatment technique, or learn something new that I think might be beneficial to that population, I'll add it into that folder. Over time, you build your own clinical library that becomes very valuable. I also keep a notebook, so every time I learn something new or come across a new clinical tip, I'll write it down. Sometimes if I haven't treated a certain diagnosis in a while, I can go back and either review those notes or review a chapter in one of our hand therapy textbooks in order to refresh my memory and guide treatment going forward. Another habit that I developed is simply just looking things up. This is especially useful when I come across a surgery that I'm not quite familiar with. I'll take some extra time to really look into that surgery itself and maybe find some of the latest evidence that could be helpful in guiding my treatment. And lastly, the most important habit, if you take anything away from this vlog episode today, is reflection. After a challenging patient or a busy day, I try to think to myself, what went well, what would I do differently, and what did I learn from that experience? Some of my biggest growth moments as a clinician have come from reflecting on those experiences rather than just expecting and putting pressure on myself to get it right the first time. Being a good hand therapist is about staying curious, staying organized, and being open to learn along the way. So I'd love to hear from you guys. What's one habit that helped you as a student or a new therapist? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.